Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to SGA Live, episode 4. I believe 4 now. Today's show is brought to you uh, from the Gutman Community College Student Government Association as part of our continuing efforts to bring you virtual engagement live and direct to you at home. Today, we're going to be streaming from the home office in Brooklyn, New York. And from Ceci's house. Yay! But before we begin, we just want to make mention of a couple of things for our audience to remember, and that is that as we have moved, as CUNY has moved to an exclusively online presence, and Gutman Community College has as well, almost all of our services can be accessed via the Gutman Community College webpage. That's www.gutman.cuny.edu, and you're going to find right away on the main pages our access links to services, resources, and other vital information for our community to have during this shelter-in-place mandate that is in effect for us here in New York City. As part of our promise to continue to work with our community, we are not only giving you resources to access in terms of help with your educational needs, things like funding, emergency funding, things like food services, things like access to technology in the form of laptops that our students can get, but also in some distracting kind of fun. And that's where the Student Government Association has stepped in and decided to create this show called SGA Live, where every week we'll bring you 2 episodes featuring a different member of our Student Government Association so that you can take some time out of your day to kind of just hang back, hang out, and not have to think too heavy about stuff. So today's episode features Cesarina Checo, one of our senators, and she's here to talk to us about K-pop. But before we get into that conversation, Cesarina, introduce yourself and let the people know who you are, what you do, and all that kind of good stuff.
Hi everyone, my name is Cesarina Checo. I'm a senator, second year student at Gutman Community College. I also work at a high school. I help students with the college application, and I'm a K-pop fan. That's it.
All right. So before we get into your presentation, Ceci, why K-pop? Like what about and for people who don't know what K-pop is, I believe it stands for Korean pop music.
Yeah.
Talk to us about like what it's about. How did you get introduced to it? Why do you like it?
So before I was a K-pop fan, I was a K-drama fan. I like Korean dramas. My friend showed me some Korean dramas and I thought they were really interesting. I also saw some animes I used to watch because K-pop fans usually have that in common. They like different stuff. So I was not really into K-pop, but my best friend kept showing me videos and songs of this K-pop band, and I start doing some research by myself, like listening to them from time to time, and I realized their music was really good. They had really good lyrics, and since I already liked Korean, I thought it would be interesting to listen to their music and learn a little bit more about their culture.
Okay, so would you say that your first introduction to K-pop then was it BTS or was it another band and then BTS became the most famous thing on the planet? Because I'm not a K-pop fan, but I know who BTS is because they're everywhere. So is that also
Yeah.
what happened for you?
No, I actually became a fan at the end of 2016 or 2017, and they were not this big. They were not that big yet. They were big, but they were not like so internationally recognized. So they were the first band that I saw, and but BTS was since the beginning was the first one even when they were not really famous yet.
Okay, so 2016, that's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is even before you come to Gutman, you're a fan of K-pop.
Yeah, by the end of my semester, by the end of my, I think my high school years, I was into K-pop, and I try to be a loyal fan.
Yeah.
I try to keep following BTS because there are so many bands, K-pop bands that you can follow. Now I always listen to other musics, but BTS has been my main K-pop band.
Okay, and also to help us understand a little bit about this phenomenon, K-pop has one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 members. Um, and do they all have like a musical specialty? Are some of them singers? Are some of them rappers? Are some of them dancers? Like how does that work?
Yeah, so BTS is just 7 members. 4 of them are vocals. They only sing. Some of them rap a little bit, but they're not rappers. And 3 of them are the main rappers. At the beginning, not all of them were dancers. They didn't know how to dance. Only I believe were 4 of them or 3 of them that were like really into dance. But they have to learn how to dance really hard.
Okay.
And yeah,
And like most boy band sensations, because in America, um, New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, you know, which are some of the more recent, although those were a couple of years ago. Everybody seems to have a favorite member of the band. So does Ceci have a favorite member of the band?
yeah, I actually have a bias. One of them, my favorite is the older one. His name is Jean, and I like. I don't know. I started liking him because his voice is really nice, and he's also really funny. I think I connect a lot with him because he's someone that is really shy, but he doesn't show that. He's really handsome, but he has a lot of complexities about himself. So his message always is, I love myself so much, and he always brag about himself, but that's like to see to so that he can hide his imperfections, something like that. So I really like his message as an individual person.
And I think that's the point at which we'll jump into your presentation, because when
Yeah,
you talk to me about this idea of K-pop, initially we were going to just talk about the phenomenon, but as you started to put your presentation together, you really were more interested in the message that the music has. And as we know, those of us who enjoy listening to music, there's always hidden meanings or a message, a very blatant message in the lyrics. Is there an overall message that the BTS music has, or how does that work?
so yeah, I decided to go through their albums and see, like to show how their music has changed through the years. But they have always been very controversial because their music is like attacking on politicals and society, and they always try to, even if it's only a song, try to give that type of message. Political corruption, how the system is so um, it's so like s- strong on the students, on young people. So they try to keep that message in all of their albums.
Okay, so what we'll do is from that point, I'm gonna share the screen that you have given me access to, and we're gonna. This is the first time that we're really trying to do it this way. So we're gonna walk through this and see how we do. So application, SGA, PowerPoint. I'm gonna share that, and
Okay,
okay,
so my title is BTS and a little bit of K-pop because I don't talk a lot about K-pop, but I will give an overall of it.
okay,
Yeah. So K-pop is something really new, actually. The before the 1990s, K-pop was only like just songs. They were not rapping. The English, the English was not permitted. Even if people use English lyrics, they were censored. But then this band came, Soteji and the boys, and they a new type of K-pop. They started the concept of boy bands. They started rapping, and their concept was like similar to BTS. It was about the system, how the system is so how politicals are so corrupt and stuff.
Mm.
And it was attacking the system. So they were really controversial, but they became really famous. And the guy that is in the to my left, he actually started the next big boy band, which was called Hot. And he, these two boy bands were like the first boy bands that start off K-pop. K-pop have different type of music style like pop, rock, hip hop, R&B, and electronic music genre. So you just need to find which type of music you like, and you will find every type in K-pop. Can we go? Yeah. So these are the three biggest agencies in K-pop. In K-pop, as I mentioned before, one of the first K-pop band he founded and created the YG Entertainment, one of the first bands. These are all of these are the most famous K-pop bands right now, and these are the three big agencies. I don't know if you heard any of these K-pop bands. That's what I don't. I decide to focus on BTS because there are so many, and their style of music is so different.
But what I'm seeing here, Ceci, is that it looks like the bands, unless I'm mistaken, really break down into all of the members are males or all of the members are females. I haven't really seen a band where there's the presence of both males and females. Am I wrong in that?
Yeah, you're right. It's most of the time. I know there is one recently that have a co-ed that is woman and men's, but it's recent because um, to be in a K-pop band, you need to go live in some dorms, have training. So it is easier to just have girls living together, guys living together, and it's less controversial.
Yeah, and I think there's a theme there that we'll talk about later on. So we'll go to the next slide here.
So yeah, these were the three biggest agencies in Korea. But then Big Hit came. They are really a small company. They are the youngest out of the three. They were near bankruptcy in 2007, but they have a contract with one of the big three agencies, and they were able to get back on their feet. And even though they are the youngest, and they were founded in 2005, they became part of the big three companies. Like they are the third biggest companies now in Korea. Only with BTS as their they don't have any other boy band group. Only BTS. That's what I want to show you why BTS is so special.
Okay, next slide.
Yeah. So this is BTS. There are 7 members. Um, they have to wear their names in their teacher because uh, people didn't really know them, so they decided just to put their names over there.
Okay.
And yeah, this is the concept of their first album. It was like youth oppression, follow your real dreams. Um, how they were becoming famous and how they wanted to be famous. And their logo it was a bulletproof jacket.
Gotcha. So the real name Bangtan Sonyeondan is
Yeah,
the Korean name for the band.
yeah, and it's literal meaning is bulletproof boys.
Okay. Okay, very cool.
Yes, I want to show you some of the lyrics. This is one of their first song. It was called No, and it was like calling young people to speak up for themselves. Like, you may know, as you may know, in Asia, the system is very strict with the students. Like, you have to be number one, you have to take your college exam to go to college, and everything is so tense. You don't have time to think about what you really want for yourself. So I
All
put
right.
out one of the verse here, one of the lyrics. Sorry.
All right. We're gonna try to make this thing work.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can make it happen real quick. And let's see, does this work?
Yeah. Can you put up the volume a little bit?
Sure.
So yeah, just the first couple of lyrics. That's it.
Okay. All right. So I think I figured out how to make this work. So now we'll go back to your presentation, and then
Yeah.
we'll go to here. Okay.
So I don't know if you had a chance to see the lyrics. I know the rapping is a little bit fast, so that's why I put these lyrics right here. But they speak like they talk about like all the material thing. Would they actually make you happy? Like, is that what you really want in your life? And here, as Suga say, they classified us to either be number one or dropping out. That's not really about the Korean system, how they make the students in a list and they put from number 1 to 100 and they always competing against each other.
Yeah. We're going to take this time to also mention that the chat thread is open. So if anybody on the chat wants to make commentary, ask a question, share some information, to please do that in the chat. Sonia tells us that these are some very powerful lyrics. And I think we're seeing examples of that. These are themes that I think youth relate to, the younger folks refusing to be told what to do and how to be. And that's the sense that I'm getting from some of these lyrics that you're showing here. All right, let's go to the next one.
The next one is also another video. Um, we can just read the lyrics this time.
Okay.
It say, why aren't you saying anything? You don't want to study, but you are scared to quit the school. See, you're already getting ready for school. Please grow up. You are all tagged. Dude, you have a glass mentality, boy. Stop. Ask yourself if you really work hard for anything. So this song is called No More Dream, and it's about like you don't want to be in a school, but you are because you're you're told to. Like that's not what you really want to do in your life, but you are just following whatever everybody's doing.
Right.
So
Right.
even though I'm a pro education, I want to be a teacher and I really support education. But how I interpret this is like if you don't want to study, if you don't want to go through that path, then follow what you really want to do. But you need to have a plan. Like you
Mm,
need to work hard for whatever is it that you want to do. It's not like only don't show up to school and then don't do anything. Like what is it that you want to do? Have you asked yourself that? Are you dreaming? Are you living on your own dream or are you living everybody and someone else's dream?
So one of the things that I'll say here, and I am uneducated about this, but it seems like they're sort of raging against a cultural ideology that says you have to go to school, you have to study, you have to be number one. But that then removes some of their independence and individuality. And it feels like that's what their lyrics are about is exactly what you said. Be who you are, but have a plan for being that person.
Yeah, exactly. And here it's a glass mentality. It means weak mentality. This is something that term that they came up with, and they have been using it.
Okay.
Then,
Now
yeah.
a quick other question for you, Ceci. Now, obviously they're singing their songs in Korean. So
Yeah,
you're listening to this music, and then you have to go investigate the lyrics because chances
yeah.
are, if you speak the language, you really don't know what they're saying. So, is that something that you do? You hear the song first, and then go investigate the lyrics, or are you looking at them simultaneously so you can get a sense of what's happening?
Yeah, I first watched the video, the actual video of the song to see the dance or the concept, and then I go and look up the meaning. I know that's something a lot of people complain or say they don't listen to K-pop because it's in Korean, and I understand that and I respect that. I mean, it's a hard work to to be a K-pop fan because you need to look for the lyrics and stuff. Um, but I think I've gotten used to it because I really like Korean. So it's something that has become easy for me. And the more you practice, the more easy you will get.
Okay, so you've learned some Korean as a result
Yeah,
of music.
yeah,
Okay,
because I personally like the language. So yeah,
okay. So tell us about this next screen here.
yeah. That this one, their second album. The first album didn't do very well. It didn't do well at all because it's not a concept that the K-pop population is used to. It's a new concept and it's different. So they came out with this concept that is a school love affair. Like why don't you? Yeah, unrequited love, one side love, but like why don't you love me back? And they kind of went with that concept that the population like. Also, but they also have some this one of the songs, Spin Breaker. It's also about politics. It's about how I mean, yes, but now it's about society. How
Okay.
you work all the time only to work to wear the new shoes, to be have nice clothes, be always in the trend, and that's all you do. Work to dress nice, but there is no meaning to
Mm.
that.
Should we show this video? I think I can do that. Is that what this is?
Yeah, I if we can't, I don't know if
Let's see what it does.
that this video, Boy in Love, this one was like their first video that did so well because of the concept. So that's why I included over there.
Let's see if I can get it open for
Eh,
you. Okay, I think I got it. So give me 1 second. Let's stop sharing this one.
Yeah, in love, but it's not the same as of now. It's yeah, we heard it, but we don't see
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna show it to you right now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this was their style. So that's it. I just wanted to show you a little bit of their earlier style.
Okay.
That was Boy in Love. But this album, this it did well, but not so well because people thought that they come off of too strong. Like they have a song that was called "War of Hormones," and it was like how I'm a teenager and I'm crazy for girls. So their concept, people criticize it because it was like it came off as too strong.
Mm,
That's why they changed it. They went with a totally different concept, and these albums are the most beautiful moment in life. Yeah,
okay.
they talk about youth emotions, struggles and happiness, family issues, mental issues, suicide, society expectation, and rebellious age.
Now, that raises an interesting point. Are a lot of their music, and I don't mean to go sideways on this, but um, is it is it sing about heteronormative, uh, male female
Yeah.
love? It doesn't really delve into other kinds of expressions of love in that sense.
So yeah, that's why they decide to change it. And they even stop using. They never use girls again in their videos. They try to respect women as much as they could. So they learn from that experience because they were criticized a lot. They changed their concept, and this is when they start to be recognized internationally.
Mm.
Um, yeah, because even though the lyric doesn't specifically talk about suicides, they in the videos they have some theories showing like a story, and every member of DTS have a background story. They show one of the people who, how to explain it? It's like a, yeah, like a story. All of the characters are fictional, but they also show about their true feelings.
Gotcha. So they're expressing the stuff that they've experienced in real life through these characters that they're presenting in the videos, so that it's almost real, but not quite
Yeah,
everybody's personal story on display.
yeah, they have some fictional characters that they play. One of them shows how he has an abusive father, and he one day was seeing his sister being beat up by his father, and he went there and killed him unintentionally. And then all his friends were always there for him, but he never felt he fell into depression, and then he ended up um, jumping off a bridge and kill himself. So I know this is a little, it is too deep. They don't, not the lyrics don't are not so they're not saying like that, but their videos are, if you follow up their videos and the theories, you will see the real meaning behind their songs. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, it sounds like it's heavy stuff that the our current youthful generation can relate to a lot of these issues, especially as I look at your list. These are things that students are facing on a daily basis. But in a time like the quarantine that we're going through right now, a lot of these things are being exposed to our communities in some really strong ways. Being locked indoors with your families is bound to bring up family issues if they are a source of stress and aggravation. There's triggers within those dynamics that can set off some of the mental concerns that people have. Um, Understanding your emotions as a young person is a complex
yeah,
kind of place to be. But then you look at these things, societal expectations, being rebellious and kind of trying to find out who you are with the world telling you who you're supposed to be. And sadly, it does result in suicide
yeah.
for some members of our community. And so it's great that they're singing about it. My hope is that the music is doing more than just, painting a picture, but rather giving people an opportunity to go do something about it.
Yeah. So in the next slide, I show a video, like, because I know that is really heavy stuff, but it also show how they are young and they want to party and they want to be happy, have these teenage get the most out of their teenage, be with their friends and stuff. So it's really balanced and.
All right, let's try to show
You
this
can see.
video.
I'm sorry, there are so many videos I didn't know it would be.
That's okay. You can hear it, right?
No.
You can't hear it? Let's see. Now.
Yeah, I wanted to show one specific part.
Okay.
If you can.
Fast forward.
Yeah, like not that much.
To what number?
Yeah, it's 1 minute.
1 minute.
Right there, yeah, right there. So here it shows the partying and just having fun. And this is the guy that killed himself. So he's committed suicide. Sorry. So they're running. The police is chasing them because they did some graffiti. So that's it. We can stop right there.
Okay.
So yeah, it's showing different youth experiences. And the name of the song is Run. That's why they were showing running at the video, because they want to. I think the message. Well, the message is like run. Oh my gosh, I have so many videos. I wanted to show a little bit of the lyrics. So I didn't want to talk so much. That's why I include all these videos. I don't know.
Well, what we're gonna do with this is so that people are aware. At the conclusion of Cesarina's presentation, usually for hours, we turn around and upload these videos of the show to the Gutman YouTube channel, and so there's an opportunity there for you to go interact. And what we can do is invite Ceci to go to that channel and in the commentary section, share either the names of the videos or links that will then allow you to go interact with this personally. Because while she can show it to you, I think part of the fun of this is the discovery of the music, of the culture, of the message. I mean, that's I think what hooked you to this genre.
Yeah, so I would just explain a little bit these songs, because I wanted to show specific lyrics to see how deep they were. So the one in the bottom that say "Jump Forever," it talks about how this is our moment and how we should enjoy it. This is our moment, and we want to stay young forever. Just give me 1 second. So yeah, we can move on to the next one. These were some of the videos. I wanted to show the choreography. This is I don't know if we can maybe show just one of them real quick.
The one you want to show?
At the right up.
The one where they're dressed like schoolboys with the white shirts and the black ties?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, something that I want to mention before the video. You may think you hear the N-word in these videos. In Korean, nega means you. It spells N-A-E-G-A. I mean, sorry. So you may, I just want to make sure that this is clarified, because some people may think that they're saying that word, but they're actually saying you.
Okay. Oh my God, I got so many videos happening right now. Give me 1
Oh my
second.
God, sorry.
It's okay. No, that's not it. Let's get rid of this one.
I thought I would be able to show them in the PowerPoint.
Yeah, I got so many windows open. I don't even know where this one is hidden on my screen. But you hear it, right?
No.
You don't hear it? Let me see. All right. This one?
Yes. Can you? I think you went.
I went too far.
Yeah.
All right.
This will be the last video. No more video. I will just talk about the concepts.
All right. Hold on. It's for some reason it's not coming up on my computer.
Okay, we can keep going.
All right.
The name of the video is dope. If you wanna check it out.
All right. Actually, I may be able to get back to it. Give me 1 second, just for that. Because I feel like I want to do justice to your presentation. So let's.
So Brindley made a comment. If I have a BTS collection, what do you mean by that?
Okay. No, wrong thing. Display settings.
Do you mean the albums and oh, I do actually. Ooh, I have. Well, BTS BTS things are really expensive, so I don't have that much stuff. But I have some gifts. I have my friends gave me some of the BT21. Yeah, I can share it. I have my army bomb here. I just want to show it real quick. So this is what we use in our concerts. This is the their version. They have out now for versions. Yeah, I don't. You have a light. You cannot see it right now because my window is open. But you can turn it on. You can connect it to your phone, and it will show different colors, the colors that you want. So this is really,
Wow.
yeah. They now have the fourth version, which is really nice. I don't have money right now to buy it, but I will buy it someday.
So that
Yeah,
gives another level of interactivity then to the live show where you can feel like you're a part of the show by doing the stuff with your lights.
yeah. We had a concert. BTS had a concert this weekend, and they were we connect the army bombs to, and we were enjoying the concert like it was a real concert.
Nice.
That was pretty nice. That was so cool.
All right. I think I have the video for you up. Um,
Okay.
let's try this again. All right. Can you?
Mm,
Let's raise the volume. This is from MTV.
yeah. You can forward a little bit, like right there. That's like a little bit of their rapping and so that's it. We can keep going. Yes, it's. I just wanna go through the concepts. Let's just skip the videos for now.
Okay. What am I sharing? Here we go. Okay.
So yeah, this is the next album. This has a different concept. It was like making a pact with the devil, but it was not literal. It was kind of literal, but not that much. It was like a sexy concept, and all of them have their solo songs, which talk about their individual feelings. Uh, this is when some of them share their experiences with depression and anxiety. And one of the songs talk about political negligence. Am I wrong? This song is very. You can, if you really, you have to really listen, read the lyrics, because you may think that it's just another happy song, but it actually have a hidden meaning. And 21st Century Girls is another song that talks about woman empower. Like, you are beautiful no matter what society tells you. You have to always keep your head up. And this was a very difficult time for them because even though they were gaining popularity, they was receiving so much hate just because they were BTS, and not they didn't have any specific reasons. They were just receiving so much hate. So they create this song to said that it was about facing our struggles together. Even though we may be feeling down, we have each other.
Okay, one more.
Yeah. So we can skip the videos.
Okay.
And so I show you the logo of Bulletproof Boys. They actually changed their logo. It was in 2017. And now they added another meaning. They added a meaning beyond the scene. And Army, which is the official name of the fans, they also create their own logo. If we put those logos together, it's like a shield. It's like a protection. We created our own world, and we are protected for all the hate and the insecurities. And
Wow.
just,
So that's
yeah,
the fan club of the BTS created this
yeah.
logo. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So this is when the album of Love Yourself came. They were actually many people don't know this, but they were actually thinking about separating themselves before this in the making of this album, because they felt that even though they worked really hard, they were it was never enough for Korean media. So they were not expecting this album to be so successful. The concepts were about loving yourself, like accepting who you are. It also showed dark side of love. Um, Also talk about fan obsession. Like, many K-pop fans can be really obsessed, but they wanted us to look in the mirror and see, like, is this what should is this what we really want in our future? Like, we have to set our priorities. They want us to be with them, but they want us to take care of ourselves too.
Hmm.
Yes. So there were some
So
videos.
many videos.
Yeah, yes, I didn't want it to talk so much.
That's okay. Well, what we could do, Ceci, to be fair, is that there's a lot of content here. I feel like you have such a deep dive, and the message contained is one that has so many layers. Um, we're going to be doing SGA Live for many more weeks, so you can feel free to like do a part two to this, where you can focus in, where this one you did the lyrics. Your next one can focus on the dancing or the clothing style, or particular themes that maybe uh, continue from their first album to their more recent works, or how they've evolved in their messaging, because you've touched on those pieces, but it feels like there's so much more depth to this whole concept.
Yeah, there were so many stuff that I wanted to include, but I remember it was only 1 hour. So I can talk, yeah, I can, because there is so much in K-pop, their style, and yeah, I think many people need to be educated about why they use makeup, they use this type of clothing, they sing what they sing, and yeah, I was thinking about doing another part if people,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we now understand that this needs a second part, a K-pop part two, because I'm looking at the images here, and outro tier or tear, I'm not quite sure, but they look very heavily made up, almost like 80s uh, American style glam look, but then the ding, the one underneath it, they have very different looks to themselves. So I know enough to know that there's an intentionality behind that, but I have yet to understand like what that is.
Yeah, all the concerts have a really different meaning.
Now, are the
So
are the are the concepts like, does one member take the lead for an album or for a concert idea? Is it all seven of them are represented? Like, to your knowledge, how does that work?
yeah, so they usually drop a mini album, and one of the songs is one of the members one of the members sings one of the main songs. So because they are a group, but they have solo songs. For example, here we know there are seven people, but there's only three here because they sometimes divide between the rap line and the vocal line. And yeah, their songs have their concepts. Their albums has one main song that is the whole group, and another main song that is only one of them. So in each album, one of them has a solo song that is introducing the whole concept or sharing one part of the concept.
And this is probably a silly question, but considering that, like, so comparatively, in America, um, Justin Timberlake became the most famous of his boy band, and I believe that was that Backstreet Boys? No, it was
Oh, I heard of it. Yeah.
whichever group Justin Timberlake was a part of. He's the most famous member of that group, and he's the only one that still has a career now. Is there a most famous member of BTS? Let's say, is there one person that everybody's like, yes, he is the most talented, or is the best singer, or the best dancer, or the best rapper?
So can you go to the next slide? Because I think the next album talks. Yeah. So yeah, actually, um, there's some BTS. There are seven members. Not all of them are the same, of course. But they always the fans are really harsh on them. How to explain this? Some of them receive more attention than others. That's why they came up with this album seven, is because there are 7 years, there are seven members, and they always say they want to have to receive the same love. Even though they're not the same, they want the fans to don't have, well, we all have our bias, but we have to support them all seven. And yeah, some of them they have struggled a lot because they are not as famous as their peers. And if I have to say, if I have to mention one of them, like the youngest member, Jungkook, he received a lot of attention because he's really good at everything, and he has more fans than perhaps I would say J-Hope, who has struggled a lot in his career with BTS because he is not considered as handsome as the other. So that's something that he has shared with all of them, and something that we came to learn to be critical, to be sensitive with that. We don't want to say like I don't like this member because all of them work really hard and they should receive the same appreciation. So we all have our bias, but we want to support them as seven.
Okay. So
Yeah, yeah,
Cesar,
yeah.
we're coming up on the end of the hour
Yeah.
here, and we've got one more slide to get through, and then I want to be able to have you just give us your final thoughts as you end your presentation. But obviously, we're gonna invite folks back to like the Ceci K-pop discussion part 2 in a couple of weeks as we finalize our schedule. So tell us a little bit about this slide, and then give us your final thoughts on K-pop for like right now.
Yeah, so this was their final album that it came out in February. As I mentioned before, they wanted to show that they are stronger than ever, even though they have struggled so much in their career. They are ready for everything. And they also talk about the struggles of being famous. Like all the cameras are on them. They have a lot of pressure. It doesn't feel the same. And I just think it's really good that they are showing this message because K-pop idols in general, they struggle a lot with the media, but they are showing that they're humans too, and they they want to get appreciation because of who they are, not because of what you see in the media.
Okay. And that seems to be the story for many famous folks, is that uh, as non-celebrity people, we sometimes want that fame, but that there's a dark cost to it, that it's not all it's cracked up to be, and that maybe we really don't want to be famous because we're doing certain things with it. Ceci, I want to thank you for taking time this afternoon to walk us through a little deeper dive into K-pop, and really more BTS and a little bit of K-pop. Um, but it's a really great concept, and I'm more intrigued now than I was before. I know I gave you a lot of flack in the office about this, but if your laptop is any indication about how much you love the K-pop life, you really are a sincere fan. Um, any last thoughts for your audience before we call it a day?
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for the support. If you want to know more about it, you can text me. You can send me an email or anything. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like it was a little rushed, but the overall message is to love yourself, accept yourself, face yourself, and follow your true dreams. And I think that's really right now we are in a really difficult situation. But I think this is a good time to connect with ourselves to find out who we really are, because it's not the same to be outside. You show one face to the people, you show another work, but now you are always yourself. So I think this is a good time to check out the album and enjoy a little bit of some good music.
Yeah, so
Thank you, everybody.
it's a great message, Ceci. You know, as people may find themselves with time on their hands, and sitting down and listening to the music and doing a bit of a dive into the lyrics, may help them as they reflect on those messages of positivity that you just shared. And I couldn't have said it better myself. So on behalf of Gutman Community College, the Student Government Association, our listening audience, which is also many members of the Student Government Association, we want to thank you, Ceci, and as you prepare a deeper dive into K-pop and BTS for us in your second presentation, I'm looking forward to learning from you, and I'm sure we're going to develop a bigger audience who can also learn from you for the next one. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of the afternoon. And I'll be speaking to everyone else tomorrow at 6 p.m. for the SGA meeting. So I'll see you
Yeah.
guys then. But from our family to your family, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we'll be back next week for SGA Live at 11 o'clock on Tuesday. I can't remember who the presentation is with, but it's going to be another member of SGA bringing you knowledge and fun and excitement. So, it's Harmonica and Cahoots. We're going to play a game show. I believe it's
Oh,
Harmonica and
I thought it
Cahoots.
was Michelle and Sonia.
Is it Michelle and
The
Sonia?
makeup.
Let's see. No, the next one is Harmonica and Kahoot. Then we have Edwin with baking banana bread. And then it's
Oh,
Michelle and Sonia with makeup time in El
okay,
Cinco de
okay.
Mayo. So we'll
Yeah,
see
looking
what
forward to
happens.
that.
So next week, Harmonica and Cahoots, the game show with SGA. So, Ceci, thank you. Have a great rest of the afternoon, and we will be in touch. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.